Today, I am talking with Josette, who came to me feeling tired, confused, and doubting everything, unsure of how to move forward with her dreams and desires. But within just weeks, something shifted. Josette, let's just jump right in. What was going on in your life before we started working together?
Well, I was overwhelmed with work, high anxiety, a lot of volume of work, which I was grateful for, but I really wasn't doing what I truly loved and was inspired to do. I've always had in the back of my mind that I love writing. I'm a writer, also an instructional designer. That's the main day job, but also loved writing songs since I was a little girl. Since I was 5 years old, I've been writing songs and poetry and always wanted to put that into action, but never made the time for it or just always had excuses or started something and didn't finish it. And I was looking for some structure. I was looking for some coaching and someone that was going to inspire me to, raise my vibration and bring all the good vibes to me to make my dreams come true. So, and it certainly has been. It's been quite the adventure since I started working with you, and I can't wait to tell you all the exciting things that have happened.
I love it. So, okay, I have a question for you. And I think a lot of people probably want to know this, but what are the efforts of working the program versus the rewards that you get from using AOM?
Yeah, so as far as the effort, it's just being honest with yourself. I mean, just being true to myself and who am I? Who do I want to show up as? And just doing that inner work and applying those tools that you provided consistently, doing it every day. And then the results are just life-changing. I manifested an album with world-class artists and I stepped fully into my creative purpose, not just the day job. I've made this amazing album at incredible recording studios. We recorded at Power Station, which is, world-renowned studio, and also did some tracks at Carriage House, which like, Diana Ross records at Carriage House. If you look them up, as they're just amazing musicians have recorded there. And also, I manifested a media company, and I've had clients such as automotive ISAC, Automotive Information Security. So I've been doing training modules for them. Also, Uber. Designed a whole e-learning series for them, as well as several independent contract opportunities with TD Bank, Capital Group, Fannie Mae, Citibank, Elevance Health, and New York Life. And all of these projects have helped to fund the project of my dreams, which is doing the music and finally having the album and the financial backing to be the executive producer and do everything that I wanted to do my way without a label or an agent or any of that stuff. It's just all homegrown and brought in world-class musicians, which I can't wait to tell you all about how these people just show up in your life if you apply what your program offers.
I love that. Oh my God, so exciting.
I get chills, chills
I
talking about
love,
it because where
I,
I was, you remember where I was not that long ago.
yeah,
So it's it's real now. And the
yeah.
album release party is May 29th at my father's place, which is an iconic venue in the area that have like so many great names have played there too. So I just it's a dream come true. Everything is lining up.
Oh man, that is so beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. God. And I got to be there and watch all of this blossom, which was my success because I got to live vicariously through all of this happening and watching it in real time, which was mind blowing to me. Absolutely.
You enjoy
Um,
my Facebook posts and
yeah.
TikTok and all that stuff. It's fun. It's been a joy to just because having the background as an instructional designer and doing the videos, everything is all about online content. So I've been having fun using new tools. So they kind of work together, the corporate side and also the creative side. So I kind of have a foot in both camps and just have my resources, bring them together to make this project of my dreams.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. Now, let me ask you this. Have you tried other programs or any kind of therapy or self-help or manifestation programs or anything else before you did AOM? And if so, What was your experience and how was it different?
You know what? I'm aware of other programs that are out there. Like I did explore Bob Proctor, and I listened to a lot of the videos on YouTube and just kind of, canvassed to see what was out there. But what I noticed about AOM is that it goes deep and it identifies and clears the root of the limitations rather than just managing the symptoms. So that makes the change. It's real, it's lasting, it empowers me, unlike a lot of the surface level approaches that fade over time. So it's very easy to follow, and it's something that I do every day. Like all the steps that you have in your book, and then also working with you, it's easily repeatable, and it's just a part of my life now.
It's sustainable.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. And so, how is it that you feel different? And how do you experience life differently from using these tools?
So I have to say, like, I feel lighter. I feel like more in alignment, that things flow better, and I feel more capable of creating what it is that I want. And also I have more clarity in my life. I have more emotional freedom and just the sense of ease that I didn't have before. So I trust the flow now because things do work out. Not exactly the way that because I used to like um have very specific ways that I wanted things to unfold, and I needed to let that go and just practice the steps that you provided, and then just let go and let the flow happen, and then people pop up and things just start to unfold the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah. So, do you find that there's like simplicity in approaching your goals, the things that you want, your happiness, your health, your success, your vitality, everything that makes up your life by applying these steps, do you find there's simplicity in getting those results?
Yeah, I mean, it's about clarifying my desired reality. So I think the big work is really defining, getting to the root of what is it that I want? What's the end result, or somewhere in the ballpark? What is that? I visualize it as if it's already happened, that it's real, and then I release any limiting beliefs or self-doubts, any of those subconscious blocks that are conflicts with my goal, and I replace those with empowering beliefs, and I meditate. I try to do that every morning and just focus on the emotional state of already having what I desire. And these emotions, they seem to act like glue that it connects my intention to reality. Somehow it just works. And I've been rewiring my mindset. I reprogram my thoughts to match the new reality that I'm creating. And then I always talk to myself in a positive way. No more imposter syndrome. Like I can do it. I've got this. Positive affirmations, and then I trust the process. As I said, like I let go of how it will happen, and I stay open and receptive, and I avoid micromanaging or becoming emotionally dependent on the timing of things happening.
Yeah, good. Very good. Those are all great learnings and that I teach through the AOM system that you got. I love hearing about it because you're super clear about it. And it's super clear that you just use the system like on a consistent basis. It's right there for you. It is you're transformed and you're using that transformation to create your life. It's like who you're being is going to determine what you do, which is going to determine your outcome. And so, like you were saying, your ways of being lead you through
Mhm.
the process, which is just what it's really all about. In fact, I want to ask you to share here some of the manifestations and like let's talk about how well kind of magical and miraculous it was and how you did that, how you created like really from nothing and you produced these incredible results. So go for it. Let's hear all about it.
Yeah, so I mean, I start with the daily tasks. So it's like a little micro movement every day of just visualizing a small step towards my goal. So visualizing my desired outcome as if it's already here. So that would look something like I'm writing a song. We'll write a song today, and it's going to be about love and adventure. Like Blink, you inspired me to write Blink. The program inspired me to write Blink, and that was something that literally came together in a blink. I think I wrote that song in about 15 minutes, and it started from the intention that I set in the morning of I'm going to write a song that's transformational. And then throughout the day, I did my regular tasks, e-learning module development. And I started, thinking and feeling about what it would feel like to have that song complete, at least in its infancy in basic form. And I guess constantly focus on I can do this, so I'm going to get it done, and it's going to be great. And just monitoring my inner dialogue. I will get this done, and it's going to be fantastic, and I'm going to put some really cool chords in there that are going to make me feel good. They're going to make the listener feel good. And then I just give gratitude in advance, or thank you for creating this wonderful piece of music. And I feel like the gratitude accelerates the manifestation. And I reflect on, at the end of the day, I reflect on how well I aligned with my intentions. And if it doesn't work out, I would just gently correct the course if needed without any self-judgment. But for the most part, just putting those simple steps into practice every day, I'm always going to get something done in a positive way. And that's what I just try to focus on. And, some songs were done in a day, written in a day. Other songs took, a couple of days or even weeks to write. Some of them were songs that I just dug up from a while ago and they would just pop up. Oh, yeah, I want to do this one. Let me bring this to the group and see what everybody thinks and see if it will work with the album. And that's how it all started coming together. And then the musicians, like Lorenza Ponce, I've been a fan of her music for 30 years. She's an amazing violinist, very accomplished violinist, and she had an album out about 30 years ago, her solo album. And I wanted to listen to some music that was gonna inspire me and make me feel good about writing and I wanted to see what she was playing. I guess I was just curious what happened to her, where is she playing, and then turns out I found her website, and she's not too far away from me, always in Manhattan. She lives in New Jersey, and I just sent an email through the website thinking I'm going to get an admin person. And lo and behold, it was actually her. And we start writing back and forth and we share a dialogue. And then I asked her if she was interested in some session work. And I sent her the tracks and she loved the tracks. And make a long story short, she's recording on a number of tracks on the album. And not only that, she's going to be at the album release party on May 29th at my father's place. And we're so thrilled to have her. I mean, she's played with Bon Jovi, she's played with the Dixie Chicks, she's played with Sheryl Crow, she's toured with Kitaro. I mean, her resume is extensive. And Matt Beck too. We're working with Matt Beck, who's played with Rob Thomas. He's Rob Thomas's main guitar guy and keyboard player. He's also played with Rod Stewart and the B-52s. And right now he's touring with John Anderson of Yes. And we're going to see him on Friday. He's playing locally here, so give some band members some support. And Terry Arpino, our drummer, he's Lisa Fisher's drummer, who I've been a fan of her music for years. And we have an amazing rhythm section. Mike Nuno, our bass player, he's played with Sarang Crenshaw. And we're just having a blast doing this whole project. So.
Aw, that's
And of course, my
awesome.
husband, my husband played with Chuck Berry and other like he's an amazing piano player. He's everybody's go-to piano guy in the tri-state area here. So it's wonderful to be working on this with my husband and bringing all of our ideas together with this super band.
Awesome. It's got an all-star band there, and it's beautiful. And you just manifested it out of nothing. It just poof, there it is. And in fact, what other success stories do you have in terms of what you've manifested?
Well, all of the work for getting the e-learning business and more clients and more projects just to keep everything running. I'm able to work from home, which is wonderful, and I'm less stressed than I was before. I find that the right clients are coming to me and projects that I can manage and projects that I enjoy that are more creative and less stuffy and formal. So I do a lot of animation. too. So, for hospitals, I've been doing a lot of just different cartoon scenarios and also adding some music. And I even got a song licensed for one of my clients for one of the e-learning modules in internal marketing. So that's another area that I'm going to continue applying the AOM program to get more music licensing opportunities.
I love that. That is awesome. So how is it that AOM helps you with your e-learning business, and what would you say distinctly makes the difference for you?
Well, I think the fact that the steps are repeatable and it just encourages the consistency, which I do that every day, just setting those goals rather than just leaving everything to, chance. So there is some planning that happens, but then there's also the go with the flow part of it. So, I know that I don't second guess myself anymore. The whole imposter syndrome thing, I just throw that away. I don't doubt myself. Any dream is possible if you apply yourself every day in a positive way. Like attracts like, so I'm always a positive mindset will attract other positive mindsets. And you just create the environment that you want to live in.
And you're using AOM to do all of this.
Yep.
That's wonderful. I love it. I love it. This is awesome. I mean, is there anything else that you want to share that you have manifested in other areas of your life through AOM?
Well, health-wise, at this point, I've lost 40 pounds. So I think originally when I started the program, my goal was 15 pounds. I definitely this is my dream perfect weight, and I'm feeling healthier, and uh, I'm just definitely in a much better place, health-wise and financially, all around. And relationships, wonderful. Everything in my world is working out. So I feel satisfied. I feel comfortable. I feel happy and just making all of my dreams possible, one small step at a time. And then if you add all of those small steps every day with the steps, that you provide in your program and you apply them consistency, which working with you for those 3 months where we worked together, you helped me to develop that plan that's easy to follow and you encouraged me. I know it was a little bit maybe tough to rein in at the first week or two, but once I got it and it works. So
I love it. Well, I always think back at, I think you were awesome as someone to coach. I thought you were just amazing. Every day was a joy working with you. So it's funny that you should say that because I don't remember any of that. I just remember all these wonderful successes that you brought to the table to share with me every time that we had a call. It was like we celebrated so much. I
yeah.
love that. I really love that. So let me ask you this. Having used the AOM system, what would you say? Would you recommend it to a friend? What do you say about it for others?
Well, absolutely. It works. If you have goals that you want to achieve and you want to feel good about your life and your whole environment, your whole world, it's life-changing. It's powerful, it's grounded, it shifts you from the inside out. It's not like an airy fairy program. There's like real steps, real substance. So, if you're a person that's ready for a real change, you give people a roadmap, and who wouldn't benefit from the structure and the support that you provide and your gentle yet firm assertiveness that you inspired me to get to work and to work consistently.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for, acknowledging me, for being your leader and allowing me to be your coach. I mean, I'm just so honored to be in that position and to work with you. And I acknowledge you for you coming to meet me in the middle and together, we make this great team and there it is. So I love that. And now you are so versed in this work, and that's really important to me. I want to lead people so that they can become independent, that they can become their own leaders in their life. They can step into that leadership role. And then therefore they're also a leader, not just for, yourself, but for everybody else around you. So it's just a win-win-win situation for all, really.
Absolutely,
Oh,
absolutely. I've
well,
enjoyed every bit of this journey coming from where I was. I was kind of bummed. I was going through a lot of stuff when we first met.
mhm.
My mother was dying at the time, and my mindset was I was really in a funk. So I think, also working with you, it helped me get through the loss of my mom. My mom has been gone 2 years now, and that was a tough, thing for me to deal with. But, I celebrate her life every day, and, I just keep her in mind. I know that she's cheering me on and giving me all these good vibes through all of this stuff. And, she knew that I was using the AOM program to do all these great things, and she was very supportive too. So all good stuff.
And I hear a lot of peace in what you're saying.
Yeah.
You have peace. That's
Hmm.
beautiful. Peace is priceless. So share with us what you're working on now, what's going on, and if you have a website where people can see your manifestations, hear your manifestations from AOM.
Sure. Well, the big deal is now the big album release party at my father's place at the Roslyn Hotel. I'm on Long Island, so beautiful, beautiful venue. Beautiful supper club. Nice size, beautiful sound in that room, and that's May 29th at 7:30 p.m. And we have an 11-piece band. So, and we're also going to have the whole show recorded and mixed and mastered. So we're going to have release the live album, and then hopefully we'll have many shows that will follow that show. I'd love to, do some tours and little shows here and there as I can, and work out the balance between things, and life is good. And my website is Jam Media, Jamm media.com. And the album's out now, so it can be purchased and downloaded, some of the singles as well as the entire album. And my name, JosetteMancini.com. You'll see a lot of my instructional design projects on there as well. So those are my two worlds, Jam Media and JosetteMancini.com.
Those are your two worlds that you manifested
Yep.
single-handedly, got it all started. I love that. Then everybody came along and supported your vision, aligned with it, made it happen, and you manifested those people. Didn't you also open for Robert Cray, the
I did,
Grammy
yes.
award-winning
Yes,
singer-songwriter?
Robert Cray at the Paramount. I had a show, Robert Cray. Yes, then Paramount's a great local venue by us. I think that has close to 2,000 seats there. Yep. So, yep, a lot of good stuff has happened, but that was with a different band. That wasn't with this band.
Yeah.
But, yep, this is a whole new project, and we are having a blast.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Josette. I so
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Yeah. I so appreciate you taking the time out to have this interview with me today and just to hear about everything that's been going on and how it's been 2 years and you're still using this work to manifest. The sustainability of it is proven right here. And I think a lot of people are interested in that because I think everybody wants to have something that they can work for the rest of their lives. It's not just a temporary experience, it's something that you can take and use for the rest of your life. You're investing, your time, your money, and energy in tools that are sustainable, that keep producing forever. And I think that's beautiful. And you're living proof of that. And I thank you.
Thank you. I love every bit of it. It's been fun, and it will continue to be fun because I love like the little surprise part of your program too. Always leave a little room for that surprise thing that's going to come out of nowhere, and it does in some way every day. Something special happens that I wouldn't expect, and it's always good.
Yeah, where's the magic next today? It's like
Yes,
that. That's what
exactly.
one of my clients, Jennifer, often says every time she wakes up. She's like, "What magic is next?" Which is the surprise element that you're talking about, which is beautiful. Thank you again. And yeah, I'm glad we stayed in touch and we'll continue to do this again and see where you're at further down the line. Have a great day or
You-
night. Have both. Why not?
Yes. Thank you so
You're,
much, Sterling.
you're
Good to
welcome.
see you.
Good to see you too.